Running from a distance now, I can hear your voice aloud.
Zinah Rose is here again, and I love speaking to her. And I've been very bad at like keeping up with our dates because we've moved this interview 6 times, and only once was her. The rest is me. So Zinah, I'm sorry. I love you, and I will buy you all of the wine in the world.
I'm so ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so the last time we spoke, I think we were like on level 3-ish of I forget at this point where we are. We're now kind of out of it. Things have gone back to normal. I saw recently you even had an album launch party where you were playing an album with people. How is life post COVID, post pandemic for you?
Oh man. To be honest, I feel like everything that I should have felt during the pandemic, I'm feeling now. Which is so weird because I know a lot of musicians were really, really struggling during the pandemic and things like that. And for me, the pandemic wasn't as bad. I mean, there weren't a lot of opportunities and things like that. However, in terms of depression, anxiety, not knowing if you're doing the right thing or if you're in the right place or whatever's going on, I felt all of that beginning of 2021. Like now coming into May, I'm like, okay, cool. I can carry on with my life because the last 5 months, I don't even know what happened. And that's just me being honest because things have just been, I guess, from an internal perspective, obviously on the outside, everything looks perfect and it looks like everything's amazing. But from an internal perspective, I was fighting demons, like, just dealing with certain things in my life that I have realized now that have surfaced. But all in all, I think from a career perspective, I guess I'm right where I need to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to, where in my head I am. Because I think as artists, it's always in our heads. It's never actually the reality. So trying to get myself out of my head and into what's actually going on. Yeah, it took me a good 5 months to do that.
Did you retreat or were you still working? Like how are you dealing with this?
So I completely shut down. I stopped communicating. I was off social media. I even had like my sister helping me post on social media so it looked like I was still there, but I wasn't. I wasn't going out to see mates. I wasn't hanging out with family. I was just like, I want to stay home. I want to sleep. I was coming back home from like my day job and just crying and stuff like that. It's insane, to say the least. And I guess at this point, I'm ready to speak out about it because I haven't said anything, about where I was. But yeah, I definitely retreated. I felt like this is my time to just kind of hold back, I guess, in a sense, and not do anything because I thought like I was at a place where I'm not doing anything. Like I'm 26. I want to be at a certain place right now, but I'm not. So I'm a failure now. Everything is hectic. And it was just all in my head.
It's insane how we put this pressure on ourselves, like, and we have these really silly yardsticks, right? So like at 21 I must do, at 18 I must do this, and then at 21 I must do this, then by 25 I need this thing, and by 30 I'm gonna have my shit together, everything's gonna be fine, and like by 35
and everything's gonna be normal, I'm gonna have my life.
Grown-ups. Yeah, we're not, none of us are.
And to be honest, I think like the biggest thing for me has always been timeline. It's been, okay, cool. At this point, I must have achieved this and I should have done this and I must have this. And it's been messing with my mind. So I think at this point, I've kind of just let myself live and not been concerned about time because I'm not in control of time. I don't own time. I can't control time. So I just need to kind of let life happen, but do whatever it is that I need to do. So if I need to perform, then I'm going to perform. If I need to jump onto a new track, I need to, then that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to keep time, and like kind of judge myself according to what I should have done, And I think, like, to be honest with you, I think that was the biggest thing that led to me feeling this low about myself and just kind of like being in a space where I was just like, maybe I shouldn't be singing anymore. And which is obviously something I've decided to do since I was 7 years old. Yeah. So for me at 26 to decide, maybe I should stop. It's like, it was huge for me. It was like, is this thing that I spent my whole life trying to do gonna end now, And it's so scary. It's actually so adulting sucks. Everybody who's watching, it's not. Don't sign up for it. If you the subscription, they give you that month. Cancel it. Don't pay. No, it's not worth it. It's not.
It looks like we're having the best time because we can drink wine, we can make our hair crazy colors, we can get tattooed, we can do all the things, we can stay up late. All we want to do is for someone to tell us what to do and to nap. I think that's all we really want.
I remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and they used to tell us in preschool to nap. And I used to fight the teachers. Be like, why are we napping? We should be playing. Now I'm like, I want to nap. You tell me to nap. I will nap. Yeah. Like, I can nap.
Oh my gosh. You know what? It's so crazy for me every time I speak to someone, how similar human beings across the board are. We all struggle. We're all tired. None of us know what we're doing. None of us. Not even parents, you know. I have friends who are like our ages and they're having babies. Our parents did not have any idea what they were doing. I always thought that there was something that like our parents knew, like they got like a handbook. No one knows what they're doing.
No one knows what's happening. Everybody's winging it.
No idea.
Like we're all winging it. Like that's generally what's going. There's no like, you know, footprint or like, you know, some sort of template. Like, okay, cool. So this is what's supposed to happen. And then at this age, these things are going to occur because at different phases, like people are having midlife crises that like I'm having a quarter life crisis 26.
Same.
It's so weird because like I've got a mate who's on her second baby, and then I'm like, hey man, I'm very far from where you are right now. Like far, like very far. But at the same time, I'm like, but that's also what I want down the line. It's just that the timing is different, which is, it all boils down to time. Our timing is so different for everybody. And I think, again, that's just something I've constantly had to remind myself. Like my parents always remind me that, remember, everybody's race is different. And it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Because when you start looking and comparing yourself to other people, and especially as an artist, it could be to the death of you. So advice out there, don't compare yourself. Don't look at other people's Instagram. Post your pictures and go to sleep.
That's so easy, Zinah. Thanks for that. That's there we go. Done.
That's all. Just post your photo and then go to bed. Don't look at other people's
How am I going to take my phone and post on my Instagram and then just like, okay, we're done. I have to know.
You have to see. And that's the issue though. I think like, I really love social media because obviously it's an opportunity for all of us to, you know, showcase what we do and like, you know, almost network to a certain extent. But when you're seeing, okay, cool. So Danny's doing this. Oh no, but I'm also but then this person's doing this, but I should be, you know, and then you're like, you know,
I get jealous. I get so jealous. And then I'm like, it's not your journey. This opportunity would never have come for you. You're on completely different paths. And then it's friends, right? So it's friends. And I'm genuinely happy. I'm going to preface this by saying, I am genuinely happy when my friends succeed. But there is still a jealousy, especially when they're celebrating it on social media. And I find this little green monster inside that's like, could have been you, but you're not doing it. Or you're sleeping on this. Or, you know,
listen,
and then it was like,
but I work hard. I do my job. I go.
But I also
I'm eating my vegetables.
Mess. It's a mess. I think social media is very bad for us elder millennials. But Zinah, did you in this time, a lot of people that go through these things, they revert, right? So they go back to like the practices that we all know we should be doing. Like meditation and breathing and sleeping 8 hours and vitamins and eating right and sun exposure and all the stuff that we should be doing anyway. We only do when like it's breaking point. Have you picked up any of those practices now again? Okay.
So I stopped eating. I had no appetite. I remember going a day and getting home and realizing, oh yeah, I should eat something. But I just didn't know what, because I didn't feel like eating. Like nothing was appetizing me, you know, nothing like tasted good. I wasn't even listening to my own music anymore. I listened to music religiously. I didn't listen to music for a good couple of weeks because it would just trigger me into crying, you know. It's so funny because I have a routine. I love my routine. My routine is perfect. You know, Mondays, this is what happens. I have netball on Monday. On a Tuesday, I go to dancing. Then on a Wednesday or Thursday, I have vocal lessons. My routine went out the window. Everything was just a mess. I stopped dancing for a couple of weeks, and like it was just everything that I'd set in stone for myself for this particular time where I knew things were going to go crazy and I was going to start being weird. It all went out the window. It was like my starter pack or my kit bag for when I get lost. You know, when you go hiking and you're like, okay, cool, this was gonna happen when I get lost in the woods. Mine, I just took mine off and I was like, well, we're gonna keep marching on without it, you know. And I don't know, but at some point I think I realized, because I was saying to my partner that I think I might have to rethink this career, and he was like, well, you better decide right now, because I don't want to be with someone who's living in regret. And that woke me up so much, because I was like, I will be the most upset mother with my children for no reason, just because I didn't pursue what I said I was going to pursue. And I needed that at that point, because then that's when I decided, I was like, okay, cool, I need to go back into my routine. I need to go back to doing what I've been doing, you know, and getting myself back on track. And slowly but surely, you know, things started falling into place, because while I was going through all of the stuff, my car broke down, which is a major trigger.
No,
hey, I was seeing it all, like a major trigger for me. And when my car broke down, I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is it. Now, this is it for me. Because my source of transportation to get to where I need to go to work, to performances, that thing that I need is costing me 26 grand to fix. Where am I going to get that money? I don't know.
Wow.
You know? So at that point, and then I found a solution to be able to, you know, get the money for the car to be fixed and stuff. Once I figured that out, I was like, okay, cool, it's not so bad. Let me then find another, let me get back into it. Let me start, you know, putting my stuff out there. Let me start listening to music again. I started writing. Like, everything has become word vomit now. Like, I literally just had a session now, and I arrived an hour early because I wasn't really sure if I'd written something, but I knew like the title of the song. So I came an hour early, then I put my earphones on, listened to the song, and wrote something within the first 5 minutes of me having arrived.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I knew that, okay, cool, we're back on track. Because at some point there were no words for me to even explain where I was or what was going on. You know, you get to that point where you have words to explain, and you're like, there's an outpour of lyrics and everything. I had absolutely nothing.
How different is Zinah's now, the artist, from 6-7 months ago? Like, are you completely different? Is there still pieces of you in there, or have you like gone?
To be honest, I think at this point I'm trying to find the foundation. I think I'm going back to why I started.
Okay.
And why is the reason why I'm doing all of this. Because at some point something changes and it becomes about, I need to show that I'm the ish and I'm doing it and I'm making things happen.
But you are.
But that's the thing. But for me, I wasn't. It felt like everybody else was except me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So I needed to revert that and be like, okay, cool, that's fine. Everybody else is doing something. I need to, for myself, not for Instagram, do something. So that's why I decided to do a 21-day hiatus, where I was just like, no, let me not be on social media. Let other people handle that part of my life. And to be honest, there was a calmness that came over me with not having to, you know, oh, I'm here today doing this. Because for a while I didn't even show my face. It was like old photos from like February that I'd taken, or the year before, that I was posting, you know, which thank God for that. Because at that point, like, I hadn't even done my hair, because I was like, whatever. If I look like a mess, I'm a mess. It's fine. You know, I was looking like my problems. So at some point in my brain, I was like, okay, I was working inwards, outwards. So I had to work outwards, inwards. So it started with, okay, do my hair. Let me make myself feel beautiful. Let me do my nails. Let me dress up a little more when I go out. Let me go out and see people. Let me have some wine, a couple of drinks. Let me have some fun, you know? And then from outside in, there was just a lot of healing going on, you know? I was able to fix things inside that I felt like outside I could see everything, you know? And at that point, I think I started realizing that a lot of who I am is both internal and external. It's never just, it's just me inside. A lot of who I am is people, my family, my friends. And so when I'm not in a space that I'm well, I was starting to get a lot of messages from my friends and my family, like, where are you, dude? Are you okay? Because I realized that a lot of who I am are my people. And that was the biggest thing, because I was, removing myself from those spaces, and I'm, you know what I mean? And retracting. So everything had to work from the outside in. And I'm no longer embarrassed about it. I think at some point I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't be seen like this, and it's hectic. But at this point now, I'm just like, this is what makes me human. And this is why I say that when I get to the point where I'm like internationally famous, it can never get to my head because of how humbling this experience has been for me. I have seen the worst of the worst, but I've also seen the best. So it makes no sense for me to treat people differently, or to feel like I'm at a different level than everybody else. I'm at the same level as everybody else. I'm just doing something different. I'm just living my life differently, So it's just that understanding, and then realizing that I'm not bulletproof. I'm strong. I can do a lot of things, but I'm still a normal human being. I'm still growing up. I'm still, going through the growing pains. I'm learning how to live and how to pay rent every month. Girl, don't even get me started on petrol. I'm mad.
I don't want to talk about petrol, Zinah. I filled up yesterday, and the wonderful petrol attendant came to me and she was like, "Ma'am, would you like a receipt?" And I was like, "No, thank you. I never want to see that again in my life. I never want to. Don't take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away." And I sat in my car and I actually said to my car, I was like, I hope you know how you're hurting me at this point.
You need to have a conversation with these things and be like, I hope you understand what I did to get you to work.
Everything that I give you. Like
you have a life because of me. Like
Zinah, do you think that this experience is going to change the way that you write? Do you think it's going to change your sound?
It has.
Okay.
It has. And not because of what happened, but because I needed to stop thinking that I was just going to be this one thing, and I'm just going to do pop music, and I'm just going to be, someone explained to me that being a pop star means that I think it was Andrew, every time the sound changes, you kind of evolve with it, and you kind of go with where the current is taking you. And I've never liked going with the flow. I've always like, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to do whatever the hell it is that I want to do. Nobody's going to tell me nothing. And then I realized that there's nothing wrong with enjoying what sounds are prominent at that time, and what is giving people the vibe, what is making people feel better. So there's two opposite sides. There's the dance side, the getting into I'm a piano vibes. And then there's the I'm really, really sad and it's hard right now and my heart is about to break, So there's a way in bringing those together. And that doesn't say that I'm different or that I've changed my sound. It's just that there's a new phase. And I need to embrace the new phase and understand the new phase for what it is, because a year from now, 2 years from now, there'll be another sound that I might like and that I might be into. And I think a lot of the time, what I do when I'm writing, I'm always thinking about, okay, cool, how are people going to receive this? I never thought about how is it going to make me feel when I listen back to it? And when I'm playing it in my car, how am I going to feel? And that's how I felt with my new project. When I played it in my car, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, it's me, yes, and that's how I want to feel. As much as, yes, it is for everybody to listen to, at the end of the day, my face is on the cover. It's my voice on the song. So for me, it needs to sound like this is Zinah at the point in her life where she was, whatever it may be. So yeah, I guess there is something different coming. So everybody look alive.
I was just gonna ask you this because we're still. I mean, I'm still listening. It's Rose Garden, right? Yes. So still listening, still loving. And now you're talking about all this new stuff, and you were like, I was just writing. I was like, but we just had Rose Garden. Now you're working on something else already.
It doesn't look. I don't want to stop at this point. I don't want to stop. Now is the time to keep going. It's so funny, Dan. You get to a point. Because when I chose to sing, like my parents were like, girl, you know that you're not going to get money.
I remember this conversation.
Stable job. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny to see the change in their attitude, because there was a point where my parents were like, girl, you've strung us along for this. We believe in you, so you need to make it happen. You cannot give it up now. You can't.
No pressure.
And I was just like, wasn't it you the ones who were, But it's incredible to see that, because I fought for myself so much.
Yeah.
I've now got a team of people who are just like, what needs to happen? Who do you need to speak to? Like, even at the label and everything, they were all just like, why aren't you answering emails? Where are you? Like, let's have I even had like coffee with Carla. She took me out and we had like a bit of a lunchy thing together.
That.
And just knowing that I have that support, it means that this thing that I fought for, everybody else believes in it now. I need to believe in it, you know? So yeah, it's insane. Like, the whole full circle thing, it's actually quite crazy.
Yeah, dude, you can't leave us now. Like, I really
No.
like you. And we're meeting in real life for the first time, like now. So like you can't, we're not ready for you to go.
I don't think I'm ready for me to go.
We need all the phases. You know, like Madonna has all the phases. We need to look back when we're like 80 and have another interview and look back at like all the phases of Zinah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm in a blonde phase right now. My hair, like I have been since last year a little bit, but I'm sticking to it. There's something about it. Because I think in Feb I had done like black braids and everything. And I was like, okay, cool, this is cute. And my brother was like, yeah, I really like it. And I was like, nah, I need to do something different. It needs to be drastic even for myself. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this phase of me. They say when a woman changes her hair, like things are about to go down. It's about to go.
Okay, so obviously we're still listening to your album, Rose Garden, and we're still loving everything. When do you foresee a new single? New Zinah, new reworked blonde.
I'll tell you now. I'm supposed to, guys, the work that I have to do right now. I have 10 demos that I need to write by the middle of June. So
the middle of June is now.
Girl, that's next week. So yes, there will be a new single. I'm going to be featuring in some amazing artists. I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet, so I'm not going to say yet. But yeah, I'm going to be featuring on a lot of. I'm so sorry. But when I know, it's going to be you. You're going to be the one to know. That thing, yes, with the kiss and everything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you. Yeah.
No, 100%. So I'm working with like lots of artists and like featuring on their tracks, which is amazing because I think as an artist, it's very nice to do your own things, but when someone else asks you to be on their track and to write for their specific track, it's a whole new ball game, which I'm really, really enjoying. But then yeah, there might be another project. Who knows? Come on now. 2022 is a year of things. So I might be dropping another one. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, things are happening. I feel like I've said so much without saying anything.
You know what? I kind of have an idea where you're going because obviously I've like been in the industry and industry people talk. But I'm also like, I have no idea also. So I'm kind of excited. And I'm hoping for an album that is so varied and like just showcasing a lot of you and a lot of the things that I don't think, maybe not brave enough. I don't think brave enough was the word, but like maybe the opportunity hadn't arisen, or maybe you weren't confident in yourself at that point. I'm ready for, I'm a piano. I'm ready for dance. I'm ready for all of it. Bring it.
Come on.
Like no pressure, but like now.
And now, and they're asking me now. I'm like, but you know, it's also exciting for me because I think this is an opportunity for me to bring Zinah out more and just be like, here it is. Here's the stuff. This is what I'm thinking about. This is where my mind's at. And I'm enjoying the different sides to me, the having, you know, grown up in private schools, but also being a Black woman. And, you know, there's a lot of things about me that I'm starting to embrace that I wish I'd embraced before. Yeah. And just enjoying me being a woman, and doing the impossible, you know, all the things that I thought that were out of reach, I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really excited, and I'm excited to share with everybody.
I'm excited. And you know what I love? I love that like in 2022, because I think artists were very much, we only saw one piece of an artist, and we only have ever really, like if you look at a Britney Spears or a Christina, or even like if you look at like rappers, right? You only see that side of them. But everyone is so multifaceted, and like you don't only like one thing or one genre or and I love the fact that you're going to explore and you're going to give us all of you, everything. The women, the private school, the party animal, the you know, all of it. I think that this is going to be, you know how they say it's always darkest before the dawn? I
Yeah.
think I have this like feeling that, and we can look back at this when we're 80. I have
Yeah.
this feeling that you went through this space, this dark space, in order to come out where you are now, write this album and explode internationally, and we're going to lose you, which is great for you. Sad for us, but great for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my heart just went all weird. Oh.
Ah. Okay, Zinah, where do we follow you? Where do we keep up with your incredible journey? Because what do you have? Like a week and a half before the demo? So what, like 6 months before the album?
Girl, 6 months. How about a month?
Yay! Sorry.
there's a
Yay!
there's a lot of things that are gonna happen. But if you want to see my journey, please follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook. Just type in Zinah and I should pop up. On Instagram, I'm also there. Yeah, and if you we're going through the same thing, or you are feeling like, down or whatever, I'd love to hear your story and share it with me and just have a chat with you. Like, I'm very open about my life. I'm like an open book right now, because I feel like a lot of the time we're pretending to be okay when we're not. And it's tiring to a certain degree, but just know that there's someone out there rooting for you, even if I don't know who you are. Like, we're doing this together. We're working this life thing out. So please reach out to me.
At least the three of us. Definitely.
Yes, at least we're here. We're definitely here. So yeah, reach out to me on social media, and I have some performances coming up, so check those out as well. And I'm looking forward to performing live with everybody. It's been a long time coming, so I'm looking forward to it.
Zinah, thank you so much again. I love speaking to you. Please bring your new album, your new single back, and let's do this again in maybe not a month. Like we could be optimistic about like 2, 3. Like,
thank you. I appreciate that. I just need some time.